We'll do it live.
Okay. Well, no.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Eddie's Wall. We are live on Facebook, filming in Southern California at the Transworld Snowboarding Studios, and today we have a pretty epic show. First off, welcome back, or yes, hello from, we've been gone for, I think, 3 weeks now. We've been filming some remote episodes, but we're finally back in the studio. Happy to be here. The best part about this being live is that this isn't just my interview asking the questions, it's you as well. So I have my computer here. Please comment in any questions or comments that you have for our guest, and we'll get them answered for you. So now our guest today, I'm really excited about this person. Let's see, got a couple stats here to hype him up a bit. 2015 Transworld Rookie of the Year. Second place at the U.S. Open in 2015. Second place at the X Games, all in half pipe. Second at the Rat Race Bank Slalom up in Mount Hood this summer. Also, 2014 and 2015 Peace Park standout. And last but not least, is also going to have some pretty solid footage in the fourth phase Travis Rice Rebel Media House movie that is going to be world premiering tomorrow in Los Angeles. All of this by the age of 21. Please put your hands together for Mr. Ben Ferguson. What's up, dude?
Eddie?
How are you?
Good, man.
Very
Thanks
good
for
to see
having
you. Very good to see you. This crowd, wonderful crowd here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really getting loud up there. Okay, so yeah. All right. So how are you?
I'm great, man.
Yeah, doing good.
Super stoked to be here.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. First off, I just mentioned that the fourth phase. Let's just start with that. I mean, is that why you're in town? First of all, are you down here because of the big world premiere?
Yeah, so just flew down here last night, going to the fourth phase tomorrow. It's when she premieres. Super excited for that. Can't wait. Gonna be a good time.
Have they released when it's dropping on, because isn't it dropping somehow like online so everyone around the world can see it at the same time?
I think in October.
Okay, so that's
sure
not
the
yet.
actual date.
Okay.
I could look it up, probably find it, but I think
that's in
like
October.
October, like online premiere.
Okay, but if you happen to be in LA, this is the world premiere. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. I'm nervous. I got like, just
butterflies.
Just can't wait to see it. Yeah.
This is actually a question I just thought about. What are you gonna wear? Because I'm gonna be there doing kind of this stuff. Are you gonna?
I don't really know. I've never really.
You gonna
been
get dressed
to,
up?
I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I'm gonna have to go buy some stuff.
Yeah.
Go get suited up or something.
I think you could get like at H&M. I think they have like pretty just like nice sports coats that are pretty cheap.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna wear some Levi's. I got a button-up shirt. Maybe.
Yeah.
Take the hat off for a little bit. Try to spiff up a bit.
Well, also it's kind of like if you're in the movie too, you can show up in like jeans and a t-shirt and be like, "Fuck you guys, I can do whatever I want." Right? So I mean, let's talk about filming with Travis for that. You said earlier you filmed a lot with him. I mean, they traveled all around the globe, but you were in Jackson filming with them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in Jackson with them this year around like February. Mm-hmm. And we got lucky, man. Like when I showed up, I got lucky anyway. It was sick, dude. The weather was rad, good snow. It was insane.
So this year, I mean, obviously Travis and Gooch and all those guys have filmed in Jackson for, 15 years or more. And I know that one of Travis's goals was this year was to not go to the same old jumps that they usually build.
Yeah.
Which is really hard when you've been going to different zones for so long. It's the go-to easy, So were you part of those missions where they were going out and trying to find new zones a little bit? And
so I didn't help them find anything at all. I just flew in real quick. They had everything ready. We got some weather days and we were just like going for it. Like early mornings.
Yeah.
Big, massive builds.
Yeah, so we were also
crazy.
talking...
But totally new zone.
Right.
It is a new zone.
Before we get into the builds, how is it... Generally, when you go to film, you have about 4 or 5 guys. 2 or 3 riders, cameraman, photographer. Mm-hmm. With Travis's crew, what is that like?
It's quite a bit more than that. There's a couple drones flying around, maybe a helicopter here and there.
Yeah. How big is just the crew in the parking lot in general? Like
20 to 15 people. Maybe not 20. That might be an exaggeration. Right, but like heavy crew.
Whoa.
Heavy crew. Lots of snowmobiles. There's this dude, I think his name's Bungie.
Yeah, Bungie.
And he's just like the fix-it guy. And he's just out there like fixing stuff. He just does.
He's
crazy.
just there to like fix and run around and help.
Like, he just does everything. He like flies a helicopter. And then there's just like tons of people. They got a drone pilot, the filmer, the phantom cam filmer.
Yeah.
It's just sick crew. They're all epic dudes. Like I loved being out there with all of them.
How were some of the builds? So you're just talking about cheese wedges were they just massive because of these in-runs and
big kickers, big in-runs, like push scoops out there. Dudes cutting. Yeah, it was crazy. It was just like big scale, like normal.
Were they some of the biggest,
big scale,
scariest things you've ever done?
Yeah, biggest backcountry kickers I've ever hit by far.
Yeah. Because I saw Pat Moore posted 2 days ago or something, and he was it was a photo of him at the top of a jump, and he's like shitting my pants about to drop into like a Travis Rice kicker.
Dude,
and
every time I was getting ready to drop in, or like you got the radio, the dude's on the radio, and he's like, "All right, we're ready. You can go." It's just like, oh, okay.
Just heart feels like you're gonna explode.
And you're going so fast, and your jacket's just like flapping in the wind. It's so loud. It's all you can hear. It's all bumpy. It was intense. It was cool.
Dude, that is gnarly.
But yeah, big kickers.
We got a question here. Chuck Winters Jr. What is it like riding with Gooch? Was he with you during this time?
I got to ride one day with Gooch, and he's just like an awesome dude, man. He's just so stoked, like pretty mellow, but goes anywhere on his sled that he wants to go. And then him and Lando were just ripping lines, like having fun. We're out there doing like trying to get a trick or something, and those guys are just kind of like playing, and it was rad. They're just having fun out there.
Awesome.
It was sick.
Michael, did you look up to Brian Iguchi when you were coming up, or I mean, obviously he was like before your time. His prime was before your.
I definitely know who he is.
Yeah.
And I definitely know the legend. that is Gooch.
Yeah, you kind of remind me of a snowboarder, and I don't know if this is just a coincidence, but I always find that guys who really do really well and go far are people who really respect, the older guys. Like Pat Moore is a good example. Like when we were really young, Pat was always talking about, Jamie Lynn and Terrier and Peter and all these guys. And I feel like you're pretty similar in that sense to where you really kind of pay respect to the guys who deserve it.
For sure. You got to. They paved the way.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And it's funny, though, like there's some guys that you talk to and they're just like, oh, yeah, whatever, that guy, like, almost like they don't, I don't know, respect them or something. I don't know. But
or they're just so focused on whatever they're doing. I don't know.
Right.
I feel like you gotta watch. You gotta know what happened before you.
Yeah. Yeah. So a couple more questions. Michael Druin, how long did you film with Travis? So, because this was just one trip you did with him, right?
Yeah. So I did one like a couple week thing. Stayed at his house.
Oh, nice.
Super sick house.
Yeah, in Jackson.
Dude's got like his setup dialed.
Does he have just like a full product room and like waxing area and?
Yeah, he's got like a garage with like the product room and the wax area, and then he's got a basement. There's like Jamie Lynn art everywhere and sick pieces, and it's just he's got his stuff.
Does he live in
that
like
was rad?
Because I've never been out there. Does he live in a neighborhood or does he live kind of out on like a ranch type vibe or?
It's like out. It's a little ranchy. He's got some land.
So he's got a little bit of acreage.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's what I figured. But
little hot tub in the back. It's nice.
Nice.
But yeah, so I was with him for a week.
Yep.
And then I went to Japan for like another week, and I came back and got to film with him some more. So I
okay.
got really lucky with weather.
Rad. Yeah, that's crazy. Kevin Barnholt, what was the longest distance that you jumped?
Dude, I don't know. We were hitting like
really big jumps.
Like 90 foot, 95 foot, but they were also like, some of them were like spooty too.
Super poppy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what is interesting is that there was one year that Forum called the filmers and told them that we weren't going big enough in the backcountry.
Really?
Yeah, which is like a very common thing with them. They would call and say like, oh, you just did a 270 on a 30 stair, you need to do it on a 35 stair. Like, anyways, so, and one time we were like, well, fuck you guys, we're going to bring out a tape measure, 100-foot tape measure, and start measuring out our jumps so that we could email them back. And this one jump that we had hit a lot in Tahoe that was like honestly a pretty standard backcountry jump. You know, it was definitely not like anything massive. And I think that was measured out to like 100 feet.
Yeah.
Because the backcountry, everything's so big that even when you're going big, it doesn't.
It's hard to
Yeah.
tell.
Because I bet you if you
So
measured.
we did not measure. We didn't
No,
measure anything.
of course
like
not.
that.
Nobody would
you just
measure
kind
that.
of look at it and you're like, yeah,
That's pretty big.
It's big.
Right.
90.
Dude, I
Something like that.
guarantee if you measured some of those rice jumps, they'd be like 150 feet. No doubt.
Maybe, dude.
And you're like popping like 35 feet in
Yeah.
there, you know?
And Rice, when he hits the kicker, he
pops.
pops so hard. It's
He's
insane.
a beast. Yeah, so actually, on that subject, talk about filming with Rice, because, I mean, that guy's, he's like an animal.
Dude, hardest worker ever.
Yeah.
Like, so into it, always just grinding. Like, last one digging on the kickers. We're trying to get out of there. It's like 6,
Yeah.
like getting dark. And he's still just like with the push scoop, like getting stuff dialed. Everyone else is like, okay, well, maybe we should get out of here. It's been a long day. It's getting dark. Like, we get a long snowmobile ride, and like he's getting everything dialed. And then
I've always,
he's sick.
I've
dude.
always been surprised, too, that he's never had, I mean, of course he's had some injuries and probably like 1 or 2 serious ones, but not like, you know, I mean,
Yeah, I think he's like
he's just pure
just, like, in
muscle.
shape. Like,
Yeah, and he's just not like
Yeah.
even a human. He's just like, yeah. Like,
He's a
okay,
beast.
let's see. Tim O'Toole, do you have any trips planned for this season that you are looking forward to? Peace Park? ? Pal Laps in Japan or X Games? Probably all of the above.
for this upcoming season.
I guess for this upcoming season, yeah,
Yeah, hopefully all of those.
yeah.
Nothing really planned for the winter yet as far as trips go,
Mm-hmm.
just contest stuff. But then, yeah, hopefully I get to Japan again, and definitely going back to Peace Park if that's happening again.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Sean Theodore, one of our most avid watchers. What riders do you look up to?
That's a good question. Always looked up to Danny Davis.
Yep.
He's a rad dude. Mikael Bang, Nicholas Mueller, Rice, Pat. I don't know. I could keep going.
Yeah, but that's a
You
pretty
know?
solid
Yeah.
fiver. What board? Wait, what's your go-to boards on those missions? Eric Koba, what's your go-to boards on those missions? Probably with Travis. So when you're filming out in Jackson Hole, big gnarly booters.
I was riding the flight attendant.
Okay.
And I had never really hit like that many. I haven't hit that many backcountry kickers, like that big one. So I didn't really know what to ride. But
Right.
yeah, the
What
flight
size were
attendant
you
worked
riding?
Great. It was a 62.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's actually a pretty big board for.
yeah. I've been starting to ride a little bit bigger boards. It's kind
Yeah,
of fun.
yeah.
Like even in the park.
Yeah.
Like I was riding a 63 for a little bit. That was super fun in the half pipe. which
What? That's
Yeah.
gnarly.
I liked it.
That's crazy. I feel like if I ride over like a 159 and I like go to ollie, my hip is gonna come out of socket. Like, I guess maybe that's just because I'm old now. But Zach
I don't know.
Cooper, where is your favorite place to shred POW?
That is a tough one. I like Bachelor, honestly, where I grew up
Yeah.
riding. That's my favorite place to ride when there's PAL, just because I know it like the back of my hand.
Yeah. So let's touch on that. So you're from Bend, Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
and you're born and raised there. Okay. And so earlier we
Well,
were
born in Boise, Idaho,
okay.
raised in Bend.
Okay.
But yeah, I lived there all my life.
All right. And then you originally, so you started snowboarding when you were really young, right? How old were you?
I was 6 years old. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. So obviously at 6 years old, you know, that's like your parents helping you get
Yeah,
into it
for
and stuff
sure.
like that.
My dad took me up. He put like I remember I had a big old Spitfire sticker, like the
Yeah,
flame head.
yeah.
He's like, put it on the front of the board. And he's like, okay, go that way.
Yes. All right. That's awesome. So, I mean, obviously you started riding. Was your dad or your parents, were they kind of like really pushing you to, or were they just like, hey, this is going to be a fun thing? Like, were they?
I mean, it was always just a family thing.
Yeah.
We went up on the weekends and all snowboarded together when we were super little.
Yeah.
It was just like a fun thing to do. And then started getting in contests when I was like 8 and did pretty good.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, keep doing these for a little bit. This is cool.
So you started out in USASAs and then you went on to the Rev Tour?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And then you ended up didn't you do pretty well in the Rev Tour before?
Dude, I did really good when I was super little in contests. And then for a while, like just
Not good.
not good at contests at all.
Okay.
And then kind of just like went to the U.S. Open and made semifinals, and that was like the best I'd done in a while. That was a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was like 12?
Yeah,
or
2012
something
probably.
like that. Okay. Let's see. Lou Staub, what was the surfiest surf you've surfed?
Surfiest surfed you've surfed. Dude, I don't know. I'm not a very good surfer.
Yeah, do you ever surf in the summers?
I try to.
Yeah.
Every once in a while. It's like a 5-hour drive to
Yeah.
the beach from
yeah.
Bend.
So you're
but
based out of Bend.
Yeah.
Like you're there all the summer and stuff.
pretty much.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. When I'm not at Hood snowboarding.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of a little bit of a younger generation, because I think everybody knows like the drink water guys are from Bend, and that's, you know, Austin Smith and Curtis Cizik and that whole crew. You're like a little bit of a younger generation. When you were coming up, were those guys, were you kind of like looking up to them a bit?
Yeah,
or?
man. I remember being like doing actual snowboard contests and seeing Austin Smith doing like front nines and the half pipe.
Yeah.
Like,
No
yeah,
way.
competing and stuff. It was cool.
That's rad. Justin Smith, who is your favorite Aussie shredder, and why is it Jaya Kearney?
I don't really know Jai Kearney that much or that good,
Yeah,
but
but apparently it's your favorite Aussie shredder now.
apparently.
All right. Gasper Buzassi. What is it like to see Travis riding in real life? I mean, we were kind of talking about it, but yeah, is it
It's pretty. It's insane, dude.
beast mode?
Yeah, it's just savage. I'll say it's savage.
Savage.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good definition. This pretty much sums up Travis. Harry Thomas, how many times did it take that Peace Park train take?
Dude, that was three tries.
3 tries.
The first,
that's
like
insane.
the first time wasn't even that bad.
Yeah.
The second time we were like, might as well do it again to be safe. And
Right.
then the third one, it, like all came together.
Wow, yeah, I would imagine that would have taken longer.
Yeah, it was
So-
actually pretty mellow.
Yeah, let's talk about Peace Park a little bit. I know we might have a little bit of footage we can bring up. The first 2 seasons at Peace Park, which were 2014, 2015, you got standout there. And this year, you went this year again. They haven't chosen. Actually, you know what? We can hype it up. Let's see. It's out. Peace Park Edit is coming out on ABC and ESPN World of X November 29th. So
Go check it out.
go check it out. You guys can see Ben killing it. I think I got a little sneak peek at a little bit of it, but let's talk about do you call them gator flips or gator rolls or
The gator roll.
the gator roll?
Yeah.
That's that crazy backside butter you do?
Yeah, it's just like backside 360 tripod, but in tranny, I guess.
Yeah, and you do them really high speed at
Yeah, it's best. It's almost easier if you're going really, really fast.
Yeah, I guess I could kind of see. Either way, I'd be scared to do. Like, you know what's funny is I feel like people see that trick as it's kind of like this, almost like you're messing around trick. But I also feel like it is probably, like, I would be terrified to try that trick.
I
Going
have
fast.
fallen on it. Like, the reason why I call it the gator roll is
Mm-hmm.
I caught my back edge on it, whacked my head, and I don't know, every time when you, like, take a little nap after hitting your head, you see funny stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I saw a gator. I don't know what it was.
That's awesome.
Like a little cartoon alligator came walking across a funny screen. I don't know. It was weird what happens when you hit your head.
Yes, that's a great. That's maybe the best trick name, reason to name a trick something I've ever heard. How did you? It's funny because I mean, I think that almost, in a way, started a. I wouldn't say like a trend, but I mean, when you came out and started doing those, everybody was really hyped on that, and I feel like a lot more people are doing cool, weird pipe buttery stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, when did you first do that, or when did you start doing that?
I don't know, man. I guess I just been like riding so many half pipe contests.
Yeah.
And like you take a bunch of laps when you're practicing through the half pipe, and sometimes you get kind of bored doing
Yeah.
the same thing over and over again. So I started just like carving the walls and
Yeah.
just, messing
Yeah.
around. There's so much you can do on a half pipe.
Right. Besides just.
Yeah, besides which that's fun. Catching
Right.
air is fun. But there's so much you can do on those half pipe walls.
What do you think of the level of pipe riding right now? Like, as far as, because I mean, you're right up in there. You're one of the dudes who's going and doing these crazy back-to-back doubles, and I mean, to me, it's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
It's pretty psycho. Like a Yumu is psycho,
Yeah,
and Sean is still shredding and
Yeah.
going massive.
yeah, which is crazy because I feel like he doesn't really
doesn't-
ride
yeah.
that much.
I know, it's crazy. He shows up to a contest and then he just starts blasting.
boosting.
He actually doesn't even really like practice that much. He
That's
just
what I
like
mean.
shows up to the contest.
That's what I'm saying. Like he'll go and ride a pipe like a week before, you
Yeah.
know, the Dew Tour, the week before the X Games, and then he just,
It's pretty crazy.
I don't know. Maybe he has some like secret like visualization thing going on or something.
Yeah. Lots of muscle memory.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's been doing it since he could walk, but all right. Neil Christian Jewel Dejgaard, contest ambitions this year. What contest are you doing? Dew Tour, X Games, Peace Park, which isn't really a contest, but
Dew Tour, X Games, US Open, probably.
yeah, 3 big ones.
The Olympics are coming up, so you got to start going to like Grand Prix and those type of contests too.
Yep.
But yeah, the main ones are like Dew Tour.
Yeah,
X
and that's
Games,
so
US Open.
Dew Tour is coming up. Actually, not too far off from now, which is a little scary.
I know it is kind of scary.
How
Getting butterflies already.
Yeah, how do you get ready for the first big pipe contest of the year? Where when Dew Tour happens, I mean there aren't even that many places that really have half pipes open before Dew Tour starts.
Yeah, so usually Copper Mountain opens their half pipe before everybody else, so everybody goes to Copper, and
Right.
it is just like a
Man.
clusterfuck at the top of the half pipe. There's way too many people up there, and it's icy, and you're
Everyone's
like
a little bit rusty.
Yeah, you're rusty, you're nervous.
Is
And you just
that a
kinda,
time
like,
where
you just
people
kind of start getting into it and like make yourself do some stuff a little bit that you don't want to do?
Yeah, are people at the top of the pipe? Are you kind of eyeing up other people and what?
Yeah, everybody watches everybody,
Right.
I guess.
Right. You're kind of seeing what other people might be throwing.
Yeah, usually I'm kind of like slacking a little bit, like still just doing airs, and other
Yeah.
people are like
Chucking.
chucking already. I'm like, ah,
Yeah.
all right, time to go.
Wow,
But I don't know.
that is gnarly. Let's see. Josh Browse, what's the best kicker to learn doubles on?
I don't know, kicky one.
Kicky one. Kicker.
Close your eyes and lean back.
Do you think it's like close your eyes and lean back? That's how simple it is. Kyle Sullivan, if someone called you Fergie, is that offensive to you?
No, I get called that all the time.
All right, Fergie. Wait, isn't Fergie like a
Ferg.
singer or something? Or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a female singer, but
Female
that's okay.
singer.
I'll run
Okay.
it.
Jack Matrani. Love you, Jack. Let's see. What is your? I like how you leaned over like, oh, this better not be some weird. Like, what about
Never know
that
what
one
Jack's
time?
gonna be pulling out.
Okay, what's your highlight at Peace Park? P.S. I think you're cute.
The Snurfer Day was the highlight for sure. When all the boys were on the Chinese downhill. We had a
Okay.
little Chinese downhill
On
the
Snurfers.
Yeah,
In the PAL.
it was sketchy. Dude.
Who ate it super hard? Was that Ben? No, I mean Red.
I ate it a lot.
You-
I think everybody ate it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
I think you flipped and like a board. Did a board hit you in the arm? Was that you? I don't know.
I got whacked by a couple Snurfers, maybe.
Gnarly.
Yeah, there was some carnage.
Kevin Barnhold, what's your favorite trick?
My favorite trick. It's a hard one, man. I don't like to have one favorite trick. I like to.
Yep.
I like to just go with the flow, and whatever I'm feeling at a certain point, that'll be my favorite trick.
Perfect. Actually, speaking of favorite tricks, because a while back we did, actually in the first season of Eddie's Wall, we asked a bunch of people what their favorite trick was, and kind of the go-to answer that a lot of people didn't even want to say because it was cliche was a method.
Yeah, I
Right.
in
So
the back of my mind.
Right.
a little bit.
You're like you want to say it, but it's too cliche. Blah blah. But it's pretty crazy because just the other day there was I forget what it was in. Actually, I was gonna look this up before, but it was about some of the best methods out right now. I think it was an article in maybe on Transworld or something, and it was like some of the best methods, and it was talking about Terrier and Peter Line and maybe Pat Moore or something, and then your name was in that mix.
Yeah.
And it was pretty crazy. I actually was like, whoa, that's pretty cool, because it was all these kind of older, legendary guys, and then your name was already up in there at just 21 years old. I mean,
that is pretty crazy.
that's pretty crazy. You did that because you went to the one that stands out in my mind. You went to Alaska with Pat Moore,
Yeah.
and you guys built that massive kind of hip type step over thing, and you just blasted like a crazy method on that. Did you
That
do
was like switchback one, and then
switchback
I kicked it out
one,
method.
but it looked
Yeah.
like a method, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
Thank you.
yeah, that was fucking awesome.
I do like tossing a method.
Yeah.
Methods are fun.
Methods are pretty hard to hate on. Kevin Carrito, who is your favorite people to ride with? So we talked about some of your favorite riders, but who do you like to shred with?
Man, I don't know, man. Everybody.
Yeah?
Whoever you can sit on the chairlift with and have a good time with.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Christian Lobato, what does it take to become a professional snowboarder?
You gotta love to snowboard.
Yeah.
Which is pretty easy to do, but you gotta do it a lot.
Yeah.
And you gotta be able to make some sacrifices for some other things, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
snowboard a bunch. Have fun doing it.
Yeah. Snowboard. Yeah, snowboard like more than anybody else. That's kind of what I was. My theory was. Okay, if you weren't a pro rider, what would you want to do? Michael Roman.
I'd be a fireman. I think that'd be decent.
Would you be like a fireman in a city or the fireman who like clear brush out in the country, like a California style? Or
I think city would be a little more exciting.
yeah,
A
yeah,
little more dangerous, maybe.
yeah, yeah. Because then you're.
But I don't know if that's a good thing.
Or you could be one of the dudes who like parachutes in.
That'd be fun too.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, your Burton full part from last year was straight fire.
Yo.
What part of it was the most fun to do? Christian Sco Morgan asked that.
Got to spend some time in Alaska filming for that, and that was epic. That was like my first time up there.
Yeah.
That was right before I spent time up there with Pat,
Okay.
and that place is just mind-blowing. I don't know. It was like the scariest thing I've ever done, but like the funnest thing I've ever done too.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's kind of seems to be the consensus about Alaska, is that everyone who goes there says it's kind of the scariest experience of their life, but obviously one of the coolest.
Yeah.
Did you ever get dropped off on the top of any lines and then where you wished you could call the heli back and pick you up? But
Dude, pretty much every time you're like, oh man, where do I go?
Right.
What am I gonna do?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you think about it,
yeah.
but then you just gotta be like, nah, we got this.
We got
We're
this.
gonna
Yeah.
do it.
But it's so nuts because when you look up, and I mean not even talking about Alaska, but any type of a line that you're not at the top of or you're in the heli or something, when you get to the I mean now with GoPros, I think it's helping people understand like what you can't see.
Yeah.
But it is nuts because there'll be like a crevasse and a big cliff and then some trees and you're like, "Oh, I'll see that and then I'll go this way and see that." And then at the top you
can't
see
see anything.
nothing.
Yeah,
and
no,
you don't
for
know
sure.
if that was like that little roll is the 200-foot cliff or the 5-foot cliff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, so actually,
it's a trip.
so you were 2019 when you first went there?
I was 20. Yeah.
20. Okay, so I mean, I think that's pretty cool to go there, to get to go there at such a young age, because now it's almost like you conquered the first little fear of it. Is that some place that you want to go back almost every year if you can?
For sure.
Or is it kind of where you're like,
No, dude, I went, like, I definitely want to keep going back there. It was
Okay.
epic.
cool.
I went back this year, and it was still some of, like, the sickest snowboarding I did all year.
Okay.
It's insane.
Pietro Fedon, you think to ride in Italy next season? Do you think you will ride in Italy next season?
Not sure. Italy is not on the list so far.
So far, but-
who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's see. Oh, great question, Chris Zimmerman. How often do you bleach your hair? Because
once a year.
Once a year?
So far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how.
Have you only done it one time?
I've done it twice.
Twice. Okay.
I did
Is
a
it right
year.
now? Is it kind of like
Right now, it's normal.
normal?
Standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of funny is I feel like when you have your bleached hair, you almost look like Palmer a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you got that?
before?
Okay, yeah. Because just even from a distance, like you have the similar like facial features. So then when your hair was bleached, I've seen you at the bottom of a half pipe. Like, oh my god, that's crazy. Flashback.
That's pretty sick.
Tazio de Mayo, who's the best party animal?
Who's the best? Rope Tantari.
Rope.
Rope Tantari.
Okay.
He's a party animal. The honey badger. That's what we call him.
The honey
'Cause
badger.
he doesn't give a shit.
Awesome. By the way, if you're just tuning in, we are here with pro snowboarder Ben Ferguson. This is Eddie's Wall. We're at Transworld Snowboarding Studios on Facebook Live. And feel free to comment in your questions. We probably have another 15 minutes here, and we'll get them answered for you. I got them coming up on my computer right here. Okay, let's see. Patrick Villanueva. I love the names. I say this every episode, but the names we get are awesome. Because they're never just like John Smith. You know, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hard
first
to
off.
pronounce, probably.
Yeah, they're very difficult to pronounce, but unique. First off, shouts to Ben Ferg for always getting shredders like myself amped up to ride as soon as possible. So much style and power. Question, who's your favorite shredder of all time and current? So all-time favorite rider and current rider. Second, Rumor has it you're going to get a pro model like the FA. Oh, like the flight attendant. Is this true?
So who is my favorite shredder of all time and current shredder?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Let's see.
Put me on the spot. It's hard to say, man. There's so many like sick snowboarders out there. I really enjoy Nicholas Mueller. He's probably my favorite of all time.
Yep.
But
Oh, yeah.
like I said, hard to say.
That's pretty epic.
Right now, Alec Ostrang.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
ripping
dude.
right now.
Alec
Yeah.
is so sick.
He's ripping.
Yeah.
And he's just like an epic dude too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great answer. Yeah. Alec is rad. All those, like, I think this season he was just carving, and barely a roll, like a tiny roll.
He like hits his
And-
nose
and
does
does that
the roll.
Yeah.
pretty
that was
wild.
probably
Dude.
one of the coolest tricks I've
He's
seen.
good at tricks, dude. He does all sorts of crazy
Yeah,
stuff, man.
yeah. We've been
He's
throwing
got
up some stuff.
everything
He's down
dialed.
in like Australia and New Zealand doing like all these crazy 1 foot variations, like
Yeah.
fast plant back 180 to switch around to fast plant off a rail.
Dude, he's crazy.
Yeah, and you're like, what the heck?
1 foot McTwist, dude.
Yeah.
He's sick.
Well, actually, real quick, speaking of Australia and going down under soon, you have a trip going to Australia, right? Mm-hmm. And tell us about this trip because it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's me and my buddy Scotty James, and we're gonna go down to Australia, where he's from. He's from Melbourne. I'm gonna meet him there. Actually, he's here. We're flying down together, so
Sick.
we're getting it going right
Right
here.
on the airplane.
And then we're gonna get we're getting an RV. We got a couple motorcycles. Harley's hooking us up, and we're just gonna kind of cruise around the country, and then go snowboard a bunch and just see what we can get into. Have a bunch of fun, hopefully.
That sounds amazing. So, and that's even better because if you have an RV, you're on the Harleys. You don't have to worry about backpacking 100
Yeah.
things with you.
That'll be
So,
good.
did Harley actually hook you guys up with motorcycles?
Yeah. So I started riding for Harley this year, so they've been helping us out a little bit.
Whoa.
Pretty sick partnership.
So, do you have a Harley up in Bend?
I do.
You do.
Yeah, they sent me
Sent
one in the mail.
Sent you
crazy.
one in the mail.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's crazy. Oh my god.
Pretty wild. Super lucky. Super
That's
stoked.
cool. Well, shout out to Harley. That's pretty badass. Jordan Mahilux, favorite place to ride, or where would you want to go, even if you've never been yet?
Where would I want to go? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah?
I love Bachelor.
Yep.
Like I said
Oh yeah,
before.
yeah. We were talking about Bachelor.
I want to go to Valdez.
Oh.
Actually, is where I want to go.
Okay. Well, where were you in
Because I've only been to Haynes.
Haynes? Okay.
I've been to Haynes. And
Is
then I
there
went
a
to somewhere in
massive
Canada.
difference between the two? Is Valdez like even gnarlier?
I've heard Valdez is like bigger, more open,
Okay.
longer, super steep still, but
Right.
not like so many spines and features maybe.
Okay.
But just like big power runs.
Yeah,
dude, which
okay.
sounds epic to me.
Yeah, that sounds better than steep, tight spines and cliffs.
It's a little scarier, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, actually, real quick, because you mentioned Mount Bachelor, you grew up in Bend. Before I forget, I want to talk about your younger brother is also pro, Gabe.
Gaby baby.
Yeah, Gaby baby. Never heard that term, but that's pretty funny. So, what was it like? You know, you started snowboarding when you were 6. How much younger is your brother than you?
He's 4 years younger than me.
Okay,
So he started when he was 4.
Whoa, okay. So he started when
He
you.
was like, yay.
Right.
He was little.
And then did you guys kind of come up progressing at similar levels, or did he kind of look up to you a bit because you had started a bit before him?
I think he probably looked up to me a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pushed him definitely, but he got good fast.
Right.
He got good real fast.
So are you guys kind of competitive? I know.
For sure.
Yeah. Are you're competitive against each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we don't really talk about it.
Yeah.
But
Of course.
for sure.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, he'll bring it up. He's like, dude, I'm going to beat you tomorrow.
Okay. Well, so I thought about this about 1 second ago in this little brain of mine. So you two are two professionals, two pro snowboarders who are brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you can name a set of 4 different, like four? Last names.
So Matrani.
Wait. Okay.
So Matrani, the Jacksons.
Ooh, Duatranis.
I need
Luke
two
and Jack.
more. Luke and Jack. John and Eric.
John and Eric.
Dude,
It's funny because I thought of 4 and those 2 weren't even on it.
really?
Yeah.
I know. This music is giving me a brain fart.
That's how they do it on Jeopardy. It's like, mind fuck you. Okay.
Yeah.
So
What do you got?
Eric and Bjorn, Linus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wait, shoot, I'm drawing a blank now. Anybody? You guys got any back there? What's
Yeah,
that?
the Teeters.
Oh yeah, Hana.
And there's 3 of them.
There's 3 of
4
them.
of them.
That's like a bonus. Oh, Danny and Matt Cass.
Okay.
Billy and Jeffy Anderson.
Yep.
Oh, there's actually quite a few.
There's
There's
a
even
lot.
another one that I'm forgetting too. Man, I feel bad. Who is it? Oh, anyways. Well, that was a lot. That was pretty.
The Gerards.
The Gerards, yeah. Brendan, Red.
Yeah.
That's kind of a fun game actually. Is there any girls sisters who are both
I
pros?
like Jamie and her sister.
Is her
maybe.
sister kind of a pro?
I thought she was.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, perfect. Hey, thanks, thanks. The Helgesons.
Oh, word.
I just got to. Thank you, Chris.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That was amazing. I'm like, who's texting me? Ah, thank you for. Okay. Okay, moving right along. Jake Dunham, would you say half pipe or slope style is more difficult, and what is more fun for you?
Hard to say which one is more difficult. I think they're both hard in their own way. More fun for me. I like doing them both.
Yeah.
I'm better at half pipe.
Okay.
I'm better at competing in half pipe, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I've always thought, and I guess this just depends on what you're most comfortable with, because I'm sure if you took a kid who's only ridden pipe his whole life, like you'd think a big park jump might be scary.
yeah, for sure.
But to me, the thing that I always thought was real crazy about half pipe is the fact that when you leave that lip and you're going up, 20 feet in the air, your margin of error is
pretty
1
slim.
foot this way or 1 foot this way.
Yeah.
Because if you're 1 foot this way, you hit the deck, and if you're 1 foot this way, you go to the flats.
Yeah.
So, or maybe it's like 3 feet total, right?
Yeah, for
Whereas,
You definitely don't want to hit the deck.
No.
That is like worst possible
yeah,
thing.
because
could
then you
do.
bounce into the flats too.
and then
usually.
you shit yourself
Right.
or break your collarbone. Or,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, actually, speaking of that, didn't you take a hard slam this year at
Peace
Peace
Park?
Park?
Yeah, almost crapped myself. Thought I crapped myself. Had to check. You ever have to do the glove check?
I've had to check
It goes numb a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't really know.
because it feels like you get stabbed up the butt.
Yeah.
Not to get too
It's a
graphic.
sharp, burning pain.
Yes, it hurts. It feels like
Yeah.
it's bleeding, actually.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's why you got to check.
Yeah, you got to do that awkward moment where you're like,
But yeah, I ate it at Peace Park this year. Popped way too hard, landed on a flat bottom, went right to my ass. Goggles and hat flew off. Thought I broke my back, but it was all good. Just immediately felt like I was 100 years old, though.
yeah, that's harsh. We got a couple more here. A couple more brothers, Craig and Mark McMorris, pros.
Yep.
Victor and
Dude,
Xavier.
I can't believe I didn't.
Right? Yeah. You didn't think they're like your two best friends. Jesse and Lucas Huffman.
Yeah.
Dude, there's actually
we kinda
quite
blew
a
it.
few.
I blew it.
Oh yeah, you only got 2.
Yeah, that was terrible.
We were just talking about how good you were with the history of snowboarding too. Oh, that all went out the window. No, just kidding. All right, so let's see. We have a couple more minutes, and we have some questions. Let's run through these. Would you rather ride a mountain-sized half pipe or a half pipe-sized mountain?
Tough one. Half pipe.
A mountain-sized half pipe. Wouldn't they be the same thing, or a half pipe? What does that mean? Guthrie Gordon. Would you rather ride a mountain-sized half pipe? So does that mean like a half pipe that's the size of a mountain, or the length of one?
I don't know. Both.
Both. All right, good answer. Vincent Martuno. What is the worst slam that you've taken of all time?
I broke my tailbone when I was 9. And that was hell.
Oh, did you have to sit on a donut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the donuts suck.
How long? And that's one of
And
those.
I was going to school then too. I was in elementary school, so I was sitting on the little
Oh,
desk
everyone's
chair,
just
dude, with
picking
the
on you
donut.
and-
you can't sit back. You gotta sit like this the whole time
Oh.
when your tailbone's broken. It's
and
tough.
and that's also one of those injuries that you can't actually rehab or you can't really do anything.
No, it just kind of got to fix
You just
itself
have to
after
sit
a
there
while.
or stand there until it gets better for months. Guthrie Gordon, what would you rather ride? Oh, we just read that question. I'll delete that one real quick here. Okay, who's your favorite F1 driver? Jeff Pensiero. What's up, Jeff? F1?
That's a hard one, Jeff. I haven't been watching much F1 lately. I got no names.
No names, but thanks for the question.
Dale.
Jeff. Dale Earnhardt.
Number 3.
Let's see. Oh yeah, shout out to Jimmy Johnson. I don't watch NASCAR much, but I got to meet Jimmy. He's an awesome dude. Mark Farnham. Do you like? Oh, actually, Jeff Pensiero. Speaking of Baldface, didn't you win the Baldface Bank Slalom this year? It's called the Zigzag.
Yeah, it was like the funnest. It was such a good trip up there.
Amazing.
Yep, won that contest. That was epic.
Okay.
Bunch of good people up there.
And
good
you
POW
did.
too.
What's that?
Lots of good POW up there.
Yeah, that's. I mean, was it POW during the?
We got lucky. Yeah, it was like super springtime too, but still came and we got turns. It was epic.
Amazing. Mike Farnham, do you like pork roll?
Farnham. Pork roll. Yeah, I like pork roll. I don't know.
Okay. Zach Hooper, what's it say? Ben actually grabs method both ways, but which way does he prefer the most? Do you do switch methods a lot?
Every once in a while.
Yeah, okay. Ryan Mann, any trips to BC this winter?
Yeah, I went to,
Yeah?
I went to Pemberton.
Okay.
Yeah, that was epic.
Is that, what's that zone? Rainbow? Did you go to Rainbow? There's a zone in Pemberton, I think, called Rainbow.
I don't know.
Okay. And Jackson, what bet are you making with your coach this winter? Did you ever make bets with your coach or something?
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, you know.
I just can't remember what the bet was. Oh, yeah. So so James Jackson,
Yeah.
longtime homie of mine. Don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I know James. James is a good dude.
Snowboard coach for a long time. He doesn't drink any alcohol or party or do anything like that.
Yep.
But I podiumed at the U.S. Open this year, and
Yeah.
so my thing was he had to come out and party with me. So he never drinks Red Bull either. So I made him drink a Red Bull, and he was on fire the whole time. It was hilarious.
That's amazing.
So that was good.
That's awesome. Let's see. Jason Borgstead. Snowboarding. Jason Borgstead. I don't know if this is the Jason Borgstead, but if it is, what's up? It is the real Jason. We just got a thumbs up. That's pretty cool.
Thanks,
Jason
dog.
Borgstead. I haven't seen Jason in a long time. Snowboarding needs more guys like Ben. I agree, Jason.
Thank you.
Remember? Oh man, dude, Borgstead. Freaking. I got Jason's autograph at the U.S. Open in 1997. In Big Air, he did a backflip 180. Beat Peter Line, who did a
No way.
cab 900, which is so sick.
fucking right.
In Pete's wedding speech to me, he brought that whole thing up. He's like, I did a 900 and Jason Borgstead beat me by doing a backflip 180. And the whole fucking crowd is like looking at him like, what is this little weird dude talking about? Like, this is a wedding. And he's like, anyways, Eddie got my autograph that day. Like, random story. Sorry. Okay.
That's funny.
McKenya Quigley, what's your favorite contest to compete in?
I don't know. U.S. Open. U.S. Open's been good. It's always just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam Fu, just want to say it is nice to see a younger rider keeping the soul of snowboarding alive. I agree. It's refreshing to see kids in touch and appreciate snowboarding's history. I also agree. Sam Fu, you're a genius. Ben Ferguson is one of my favorite riders in recent years. So much style and all-around fun. Time shredding. Always stoked to watch your video parts. Boom.
Thanks, Sam.
Okay. Allie Christensen, how often did you ride when you were growing up teenager years?
A lot.
A lot.
Like a lot.
A lot.
Skipped a lot of school.
Your best memory growing up snowboarding? Patrick Kluzinski.
Best memory growing up snowboarding. Another tough one.
Just
Lots
shredding
of
around
good memories.
Bachelor?
Rippin' Batchy, though. Yeah. Backside opens up.
Rippin' Batchy.
Rippin' Batchy,
With
bro.
Gaby Baby. Jimmy Supertramp. Who has got the sickest style in backcountry snowboarding? Mueller.
Yeah.
Okay. Max Gerlieve, do you have your whole season planned out, or do you still have time to go snowboarding like a tourist or a mortal snowboard bum in foreign places?
A lot of the season's planned, but you always get those days where you're chilling,
Yeah.
looking for some turns somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're one of the
Just go boarding.
guys who has to have the schedule between competing and filming, which not tons of guys do that, and that's definitely pretty hard.
It's pretty hectic. It's fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of good. It's a figure, hey, you might as well keep busy while you can, right?
Yeah.
Hondo Beard. What's up, Hondo? Who's your favorite shredder from Bend? Good question.
That is a good one.
There's a lot, you know.
There's a lot of really good
like
snowboarders from
Austin,
Bend.
you have
And then there's
Dirksen. Dirksen's pretty up there.
And then there's some like local dudes that
Right.
nobody even really knows.
Some Misty
Creepers.
creepers.
I can't tell you. I can't pick favorites, man. I feel bad.
Yeah. That's
You know?
that's because you're a nice guy. Yeah. That's nothing wrong with that. Chaz Truslow, who has a better method, Terrier or Jamie Lynn?
That's another.
That's a
different method.
That's a tough one because they're pretty
They're
different.
very different.
Yeah, because Terriers are a little bit more like Mueller, like the
Yeah.
like the chicken
Like
wing, a little bit up
In
the
front of the binding.
Yeah, and then
A little more back. legs.
Jamie's are more-
Jamie's is like grasser style.
Grasser, exactly. Yeah, pretty different.
Both great methods.
Yes. What's your first snowboard, Walter Cashel?
It was a little Nitro kids board, whatever it was.
Oh,
called.
right. It was probably like a size 60.
Yeah. It was little. It was red. I remember that.
That's tight.
Plastered it with stickers.
Guthrie Gordon, do you think the Northeast will get slammed this winter or get little or no snow?
The Northeast.
The
I don't know.
Northeast. So maybe is that what, like New England?
Like Vermont.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently they're calling for a crazy winter.
Yeah, I heard it's supposed to be good.
Everywhere. Yeah.
I just hope everybody gets slammed this year.
Yeah. It's so funny because I was just listening to the news and they were like, they were talking about Chicago and the whole city is preparing for this insane snowstorm. And everyone's like, oh no, it's going to be the worst winter in history.
Yeah,
this is so horrible. And I'm like,
snowboarders are stoked.
yeah, it's so funny because in our whole crowd, everyone's like, yes, like cities are going to get shut down.
Yeah.
Like mountains are going to be full of pow. So
Love snow days.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think we've kind of covered everything. We've been going on for almost 45 minutes now. So any final words to the fans out there?
Stay classy.
Stay classy, San Diego. We're almost in San Diego.
We're close.
Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate this. Thank you for all of your questions. Without you guys, this would have been a way more boring interview because you guys come up with all the good questions. If you do want to sign up for notifications to find out when this show is on, just click up in this upper right-hand corner. And once again, Transworld Snowboarding, Ben Ferguson, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, man.
And we'll see you guys soon. Oh, yeah. Throw me the pen. We got to get you sign the wall. Traditionary. You got to go back there, sign the wall. And we're out of here. Thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate it.